Prime Minister Narendra Modi makes clarion call to eliminate menace of drugs from society. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma hands over appointment letter to Borsing Bay. Two-time MLA from Rongia constituency, Bhavesh Kalita succeeds Ranjit Das as Assam State BJP President. Centre extends deadline for linking PAN with Aadhaar till September 30th. And in Euro football, Wales to take on Denmark in opening match of knockout stage today. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Hansraj, and now the story is in detail. Lauding all those working at the grassroots levels to eliminate the menace of drugs in our society, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a series of tweets said every such effort to save lives is vital. Marking the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking today, the Prime Minister said drugs brings in aftermath, darkness, destruction and devastation. Prime Minister Modi called upon everyone to reiterate their commitment to share facts on drugs and release vision of a drugs-free India. He said addiction is neither cool nor a fashion statement. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma handed over appointment letter to Borsing Bay, who set an example of honesty, integrity and bravery while performing his duty as Home Guard at a function today at Janata Bhavan. The Home Guard on June 21st had refused a huge bribe from drug dealers and helped recover drugs valued at rupees 12 crores from a night super bus. The Chief Minister said his government has decided to ceremonially hand over the appointment letter to Bay to send the positive message to the society. In the last 45 days, Assam Police seized drugs worth rupees 135 crore from different parts of the state. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. tomorrow. It will be the 78th episode of the monthly radio program. It will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan and also on AIR news website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR mobile app. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR, DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. And AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. The regional language versions will be repeated at 8 in the evening. Two-time MLA from the Rongia constituency in Assam, Bhavesh Kalita was appointed as the Assam State BJP President. Kalita's appointment was approved by BJP National President JP Nadda as a press release issued by the National General Secretary of the BJP, Arjun Singh, stated. Bhavesh Kalita succeeds Ranjit Das, who is the State Panchayat and Rural Development Minister. The government has extended the deadline for linking PAN with Aadhaar till 30th of September. The Finance Ministry has made it mandatory for every person to quote an Aadhaar number in their income tax return and application for allotment of PAN. Minister of State for Finance Anurag Thakur also announced extension till 31st August for Vivad Se Vishwas payment without interest. He also announced a tax exemption for expenditure on COVID-19 treatment and ex gratia received on death due to COVID-19. Thakur said many taxpayers have received financial help from their employers and well-wishers for meeting their expenses incurred for treatment of COVID-19. He said ensure that no income tax liability arises on this account. Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan has written to the Chief Secretaries of Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana to step up containment and contact tracing as measures to prevent the spread of Delta Plus variant. They have been asked to take up immediate containment measures in affected districts and clusters, including preventing crowds and intermingling of people, widespread testing, prompt tracing, as well as vaccine coverage on a priority basis. The Secretary has told them to ensure that adequate samples of positive persons are sent to the designated laboratories promptly so that the clinical epidemiological correlations can be established. The Congress-led Mahajot in Assam has condemned the allegedly arbitrary manner in which the BJP-led dispensation of governance has risen to power on the basis of false assurance in the 2021 elections in the state. Addressing a press conference in Guwahati today, Assam Pradesh Congress Committee APCC President Ripun Bora said the BJP government has messed up the microfinance tangle, has been unable to stall skyrocketing petrol price, among other pressing problems facing the people of the state. The Assam government also came under fire from the Congress Mahajot for the education and health sectors, putting up a poor show in the Niti Aayog report. The country continues to register significant decline in active caseloads and fresh cases of COVID-19. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said more than 64,000 patients have recovered from COVID and over 48,000 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. The country has registered a decline of over 17,000 active cases in the last 24 hours. A total of 64,818 patients have recovered from coronavirus disease within the 24 hours. The recovery rate has reached 96.72% in the country. Over 2.91 lakh patients have already recovered from this infectious disease so far. Reporting 2,523 active cases, Frontline Arunachal Pradesh has logged 31,792 cured cases, even as the tally for the dead is 165. Burdened with a caseload of 28,457 active cases, Assam has a caseload of 4,62,307 discharged cases. The dead account for 4,370. Active cases locked 5,668 in Manipur, even as cured cases touched 59,995. The tally for the dead is 1,093. In Meghalaya, active cases have reached 4,665, while cured cases logged 42,001. The tally for the dead is 814. Shouldering 4,448 active cases, Mizoram has 14,554 released cases. The dead account for 89. Nagaland has 1,508 active cases. The number of the discharged has touched 22,770. The death toll is 481. While Sikkim is saddled with 2,255 active cases, the cured caseload has reached 17,257. The death toll is 299. And in Tripura, there are 3,726 active cases, even as cured cases have topped 59,768. The tally for the dead is 665. In the EuroCup football, Wales and Denmark go head-to-head in the opening match of Euro 2020 round of 16 tie in Amsterdam today. Wales were on a high after their opening draw against Switzerland and a fine 2-0 victory against Turkey. Both sides have finished second on goal difference criteria in their group matches, with Wales taking the runners-up spot in Group A, while Denmark became the first team ever to reach the Euro knockout stages after losing their first two games. A total of 16 teams have progressed to the pre-quarter-final stage or round 16. Mizoram Pradesh Congress Committee President and former Chief Minister of Mizoram, Lalthonhola, today said it is necessary and need of the hour to do maximum COVID-19 random sampling among the masked public to fight against the pandemic. In an exclusive interview with Didi Azol, Lalthonhola said the pandemic-induced lockdown has hit the livelihood of many. Meanwhile, Lalthonhola said that if the government would exempt the people from paying electric bills and water bills, it would ease their burden in many ways.
Kanin muchok te nga en ko na kan nei le silo ngan tia ma se tu nge kai lo tin sia du ko pokatil tha ni.
The Deputy Commissioner of East Khasi Hills has issued an order in line with the recent order of the High Court of Meghalaya regarding vaccinations and resumption of economic activity. The order states that all shops, establishments, local taxis, auto rickshaws, maxi cabs and buses should display prominently a sign clearly indicating the vaccination status of all employees and staff. The order also says it is mandatory that all employees and staff of commercial establishments and vehicles who choose not to get vaccinated should get themselves tested once in every 10 days. For vendors and hawkers, an ID or badge would be issued by the DC's office in place of a vaccination sign.
फर्स्ट डोज लगाया अभी सेकेंड डोज 3 महीने का बताया अच्छा है कि सभी के लिए वैक्सीन लगा दिया सब स्टाफ को लगाया ऑनर को भी लगा दिया
No, they should opt for the vaccine. It's totally safe. Everyone is taking, even the government is pressurizing. It's safe. So they should appreciate the steps of the government to take the vaccine.
A special vaccination drive for shopkeepers, helpers, drivers, coolies and their family members was organized by the Longlang Medical Department in collaboration with District Task Force Longlang on June 24th at Public Ground, Longlang, Nagaland. Speaking at the launching program, DC and Chairman DTF M. Shayung Phom thanked the medical department for organizing the program in the district. SP Longlang Yanithung urged the public to do away with all myths and fear regarding COVID-19. CMO Longlang Dr. Obang Jungla said the program has been organized for individuals yet to be vaccinated, especially shopkeepers, helpers, drivers, coolies and their family members. During the program, keynote address was given by DIO Longlang Dr. S. Imnameren. The Meghalaya State Legal Services Authority today organized a webinar on the theme Share Facts on Drugs, Save Lives in observing of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking in its office at Shillong. The topic for discussion on the day was roles of headmen in handling matters relating to drugs. Aimed at sensitizing headmen in matters relating to drugs and how to deal with such matters in their capacity, the webinar focused on the greater awareness to the cause of drug abuse and to facilitate support for drug control. The resource persons were N.A. Khan, District and Sessions Judge cum Member Secretary, Meghalaya State Legal Services Authority, who spoke on the role of headmen in matters relating to drugs. And for more updates, the viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. And to end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Modi makes clarion call to eliminate menace of drugs from society. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma hands over appointment letter to Bor Singh Bey. Two-time MLA from Rongia constituency Bhavesh Kolita succeeds Ranjit Das as Assam State BJP President. Santas extends the deadline for linking PAN with Aadhaar till September 30th. And in Eurocup football, Wales to take on Denmark in opening match of knockout stage today. And before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, regularly sanitize hands and frequently wash hands with soap. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.